Hi, I'm Jason Olson, co-founder of Keener Jerseys.
And I'm Keener, co-founder of the same jersey company.
That's right. We created this video series to support an ultimate guide for buying jerseys for your hockey team.
Yeah, and by the end of this video, you're going to be so knowledgeable about hockey jerseys, it's going to feel like a breeze ordering them.
Yeah, and it's going to be easy to order, and you're not going to have any issues as you go through the process of getting jerseys for your team. And you're going to look like a superstar when the jerseys show up and everything's right, and your team's going to look at you like we put our trust in the right hands, aren't we?
Yeah, they'll chant your name.
Wow, that'd be great.
The chant your name guarantee.
I think we're going to maybe adopt something like that.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, so when Ernie shows up with the jerseys, they'll be going, Ernie, Ernie.
Will they hoist them up as well?
Yeah, of course they will.
Okay. All right, so one of the first things we want to talk about is, maybe the most important question is, what type of jersey is right for your team? And often that comes down to money.
Yeah, because not a lot of teams have a ton of money to spend on jerseys, and
Some
others have a ton.
And some have a ton. So you know, when we receive a customer, or we see a customer come through the door, we don't really know where they're at in terms of their level of budget that they're willing to delve into for buying jerseys.
Right, and sometimes you have to buy two sets, a dark and a light.
And sometimes need socks, shells.
Yeah.
So there's the considerations that you will obviously be thinking about as you go to choose which jersey you're going to buy. But it really comes down to kind of three general zones, I think, kind of.
Zones.
Yeah, I call them jersey zones.
Jersey zones.
There's the lower end stock jersey, which are economical, and you can get into those for like under $40.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Easy.
25 to $40, you're all day long. And those are a lot of, you know, rec league teams are just getting started, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then there's the mid-level stock jersey, and then there's the higher level jerseys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like your pro.
Your pro jerseys.
Yeah, you may as well be in the NHL with these jerseys.
Yeah, mid-level are going to run probably between $40 and $80, somewhere in that range, and then the higher level jerseys are going to be $80 and over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I want to talk about two things here: stock jerseys versus custom jerseys and sublimation.
Sublimation, right?
Okay, so think about this when you're considering the jersey style you're going to need. Lower price jerseys generally are stock jerseys.
Yeah, with vinyl numbers, simple crest.
Yeah.
You get it out there who your team is.
Right.
For low budget.
Right. So those are like often like a stock jersey is like a one color black jersey, or sometimes they're popular styles. They'll have like red striping, red shoulders, and white, red and white. Just very simple stuff. It's an okay look, absolutely fine, and it's a really good actually tip here, guys. As a tip point, if you got a really nice set of jerseys, what a lot of teams do is they buy like a set of like black jerseys or white jerseys as their backup jerseys.
Right. So one high-end jersey as their home jersey, and then an economical jersey for the road.
Or for the time they have to wear it during the, I mean, are they on the road?
I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know.
They don't want to look good on the road?
Teams. There's the Canland people who will play in the same place.
That's true.
Then there's the teams that travel.
Right. So if you need a home and away jersey, you're generally going to buy a jersey that is a similar color, opposite color style, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they get it.
Okay, you guys get that.
You guys choose your colors. We'll make sure to represent your colors.
Right. But I did want to mention, we're going to talk a little bit more about this later, but custom jerseys are not the same as stock jerseys. Custom jerseys are jerseys that are designed generally by your supplier, an artist, often somebody on your team.
The team artist.
The team artist. If you don't have one, a lot of places like we have one in-house, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of places have designers.
Filled with artists.
Are we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you
Tons
and
of
somebody
artists.
else. Okay. And so there's custom cut and sew, where you can make your jersey from scratch and they sew it all together.
Yeah, so you can pick whatever striping pattern you want. You can combine two different teams, the top of one team and the bottom of another.
You know what's a popular one that people do that with is the Montreal Canadiens stripe across the front, but oddly enough, no stripe on the back. Why is that?
That they do it that way?
Yeah, we've done several of those custom type of styles.
Right, the Minnesota Wild adopted the stripe, but the stripe doesn't continue right to the back. So
okay.
I don't know. We just did a San Jose Sharks Montreal style, but that stripe went all the way around the back. No?
I might even show it later.
Okay.
Just one last point point we want to talk about, and that is sublimation jerseys, because that's another option of custom.
Yeah, and then it's whatever your artist can dream up. It can happen, like stars, lightning bolts.
Yeah, sublimation is a
unicorn.
process of taking a logo
Yeah.
and literally heat transferring that logo on a piece of paper
Yeah,
onto
printed
fabric.
onto
Yeah,
fabric.
so you don't feel it. So we'll talk more about that. But those are generally the things you want to consider when you're initially talking to your team about what type of jersey to get. Comes down to budget, number one, and then out of that you'll be able to segment yourself into a stock jersey between low and high end, or a custom and a cut and sew and a sublimated jersey. Pretty simple.
Yep, simple.
Nice work, Keener.
Yeah, you too, Jay.